Hello, welcome back. This is James here from Axure. Today we're going to be designing a landing page for a website, and this landing page will be comprises of a sidebar, a side menu here, which is going to be holding some information, a logo and a link to create sign up page, and we will have a login page in the center of the page. So this is just a quick sketch, and we will be prototyping this using Axure. So let's just go to Axure. The first thing we need to do is we need to save our file, and I'm just going to save it as website login page or website landing page. So we have this website landing page. I'm going to get rid of this one, and we're just going to make use of this page only, which is the home page. So what we are going to do now, we're going to set up our page and interaction. I'll set the page alignment to center, and I'll have this everything set up, so we are ready to go. I'll get a rectangle widget, drop it and set the x-axis to 0, and I'll just make this 9, or can just make this 8,000 or something. It doesn't really matter. Then we just have it like this, 960. All right, so this is what we have, and we'll make this. We're gonna duplicate this and make this 0 as well, and I'll just make sure we have something like this. All right, so this is what we're going to have, and I will make this one dynamic panel. So we will say side bar, and I will make this pin to browser, and we're gonna make it pin to left hand side. I'll not keep it in front of the browser, and we just say OK. So we go into the panel state, and we can remove the border, and we can change the font content as well. So what we need to do next, we need to set the back color for this, and I'll just go here and say back color. We could say so I'm going to keep it at black and white for now, and we can just use this as the back color. Make this transparent, and we have back color. Let me make sure we have something with alright, so we have this back color. Once we've done that, we can go back to our home page. We can remove the border for this as well, and change the font. So once we've done that, let's preview this and let's see how it's looking on our page. Okay, we have the sidebar already done, which is fine. So what we're going to do next is we're going to have our login page, everything in this section. So what we have here, we can make this also dynamic panel, and we can say this is the main order, page order. We can make this 100% wide, and for us to be sure if everything is alright, 100% wide, we can give it a color. Let's see. Alright, we're going to readjust this later, so I'll just remove this color for now, and we will have our page here. Let's save that, and let's go to each of our dynamic panel. So this is what we have. Our dynamic panel is fine. Can reduce this a little bit. So let's go into this and put our design here. So we're gonna have an icon here, and I'm gonna drop a text here from what we have here. we have some text, so I'll just drop some text here, and we have horizontal line, and also we have another icon, so I'll duplicate this icon and put it here, and then we have some text here as well, which we're going to duplicate this. I'll just make this sign up, so we change the color to white, so I'll change this to sign up. I'll duplicate this and say create account. So what we do next is to reduce this dynamic panel, and we will maybe change this to reduce the size of this to 14, unbold it, so we have it, and then we can change this to 16, Maven Pro, and we can have it like this. Alright, so this is what we have now. We can make this a little bit. Let's move this. Let's give this a bit of shadow as well. We could just make this one 3. If we decide, we could make it a bit lighter, or we just remove it. Doesn't really matter. So let's group this together now. So we group this together and we make this, let me make this a dotted line, and we'll make this, yeah. So what we have here is we have the logo, we have the text. We can say the name of the company is company XYZ, and we have the logo of the company above that. We save that, we can align that, make sure we have this as 20 instead of bold. Make sure we have this as this, so this is centered, and we have this image centered, distribute vertically, and we can center this into the main design area. So let's preview our page, and we have this page, but what we need to do, we need to maybe probably reduce the size of this design. We can still leave it as it is. Let's go back to our dynamic panel. Actually, I think why it's so big is because the zoom is there. Yeah, okay, so let's just make it at 100%. And we will make sure we have this. So what we need to do, let's increase this a little bit as well again. And we'll go into each part and we can increase this. We go to page content as well again, and we can increase this. So I'll just bring this down 200. So we will bring this down as well again. Yeah. So let's refresh our page. So we should probably have almost a full width. We could still bring it down a little bit. And we can save, refresh this page. So we have this now. All right. So what we're going to do, we could just bring it up a little bit so that we don't have scroll on our page. We can scroll this and we have this. All right, perfect. So let's go into the sidebar now, and we can place this at the center of the page. We can scroll this. Yep. So we have this this design layout. So the next thing we need to do is we need to have our login page that we have here. So we will just go into this area. What I'll do actually is make this here so that we can be sure of the design. So we will go and increase this to enter our layout. Alright, so we need to drop in some drop down. So firstly, what we need to do is we need to create a login order. So we have here 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop in our text box. And we drop some text above here and say this text. We can drop another horizontal line. We check our design again and we can drop some text and say please sign up. So let's move this a bit up. We can say please log into your account. So we say please log into your account. Alright, and we will put here login. Once we have the login, we need to add our text here and say email address. Save this, make this 16, change the color of this. We will have another text here. We'll say actually, instead of having this email address, we could just let's look at our design again. We have password. Alright, okay, so let's add something here that says email address. We'll reduce this to 16. Let's give this a banner and we just let's reduce this a bit. So what we could do, we could give this a background color. Yeah, we could say background color and remove the border around this part. Let's see if a shadow is gonna look okay. Let's see. That does not look bad at all. So we can change this to white and duplicate this and make this password instead. And say password, and we will have here as password. So we have this email address and we have this password. We just change this text. We could have this as a dotted line, and we can now align everything properly. Okay, we can group this together and then align these ones properly now. So we can distribute vertically and we can align center, which is fine. We group that and we can align the whole design center. Perfect. So let's preview our page. Let's refresh. And we have our login page. So what we could do probably is we could, make this a bit center to the screen. So let us increase the size of the sidebar a little bit. So we go back to our design and we can increase this a bit. Let's just shift this to this part. And what we need to do is let's rework on this area as well. We can go back to this and let's we distribute vertically and then we can group this now and align center, align middle, and we have this page set up. So let's refresh this page and we have our login page. What we could do, we could add a bit of design instead of having just plain white background in our page here. We could change the background here to something a bit different. So we could change the back color and say let's keep it at black and white only instead of using different design. We can always change that as our prototype carry on. So we can have this back color, and actually we could have this back color as well. Let's refresh. What we need to do, we need to center this and say repeat stretch to cover. Let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, so we have this and we are going to make sure we have this as transparent, and let's stretch this to cover. Alright, so you can see our page is really coming to life. So we could change these ones to white. And we have this login. So what we're going to do, we're going to make this align the center. Let's go back to our main design. let's see what will happen if we pin this design to center and not top. We're not going to keep it in front for now. Let's just remove this, keep the front. Let's preview this. Now we have our page sorted out, but we need to increase this a little bit. So I'll go back into this page and we give this a little bit of size, make this 900, and we can go back to where we are, make this 900. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to increase the size of this. So let's just increase the size of this. We refresh and we have a good landing page where the user can enter their email address, they can sign up, and it's actually pretty much very good. So let's put a link there if user forgot their password. So we can add a link here and say forgot password, and the user can retrieve their password using this link. If they don't have an account, they will always create an account in the sidebar, which is here. They can always create an account here, or maybe we could even do something and we could get this away and paste it somewhere here and say create an account. So the user can create an account or they can sign up. So if they want to create an account, they can, or probably maybe we could, because I think the best thing, let's leave it as this position so that when the user creates an account, then we will load another form inside here for the create an account section. But this is just for our login page only that we are creating. So let's preview what we've done. Let's refresh our page. We have our landing page here, which shows us our login and our password. The user can click here, forgot password, and they can retrieve it as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any question, do let me know and I'll be glad to answer you. Subscribe to our channel and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye for now.